Hello, welcome to Academic Village. My name is Abbas Isiaka, and I'm your guide today in this journey of learning and discovery. And today I'm going to be tackling an important question that confuses a lot of research students, and that's the difference between methodology and methods. These terms are often used interchangeably, but they mean different things in research. So let's clear it up in 5 to 10 minutes, shall we? Let's start with the first key concept, and that is what is methodology? Methodology refers to the overarching framework or the blueprint guiding your research. It is about the why and the how of your research or behind your approach to research. So, for example, are you conducting your study from a positivistic perspective, which assumes that reality is objective and that objective reality can be measured? Or are you using an interpretivist approach which believes that reality is subject to individual experience and there are multiple realities out there? Or are you taking a naturalistic approach which believes that reality is complex and context dependent and exists independently of the researcher? So think of methodology as the blueprint of your research. It outlines your philosophical stance, the ontology, which refers to how you define reality, or your epistemology, which means how you come to know that reality. And all these foundational terms will shape the type of study you are conducting, be it qualitative or quantitative or mixed methods, and the principles that would guide your decisions about your research. And also, even your own role as the researcher is going to be shaped by these positions or these terms. So, in short, methodology explains why you've chosen certain methods to answer your research question. Let's have a look at the methods. Methods, on the other hand, refer to the specific tools and techniques that you use to collect and analyze your data. And this could be surveys, interviews, experiments, observations, or statistical analysis. Unlike methodology, which focuses on the broader framework, methods are more practical, concrete, and even relatable. They are the what and the how of data collection and analysis. So, if methodology is a blueprint for building a house, for instance, the methods are the tools that you use in building that house. So, now let's have a look at the key differences between methodology and methods, comparing the two. To better understand the difference between methodology and methods, let's imagine your research as an iceberg. The methods that you use, like surveys, experiments, interviews, are the visible tip of the iceberg, floating above the water, as you can see. You have them as the practical tools that anyone can see and interact with. That's the visible element of your research. But beneath the surface lies the larger unseen portion of your research, of the iceberg, which is your research. And this is your methodology. It is a philosophical and a theoretical framework that supports and shapes the methods that you use. So without this strong base underwater, this theoretical framework, these paradigms and all that, the visible tip wouldn't exist, or in fact would collapse. So that's why you always advise that you should have a strong methodology for your research. Let's have a look at some examples of these methods and methodology. Here is an example. So let's assume that you are interested in researching how students experience online learning. And if you believe that experience is subjective and highly individualized, or could vary across context, and that means your methodology might be coming from the interpretive or the constructivist position or perspective, and you could be going by looking for a qualitative design, which means your methods would include semi-structured interviews or thematic analysis. Also, if you are interested in testing the impact of an academic performance, say you want to know if going to the gym or participating in sport activities has an impact on students' academic performance, your methodology might be a positivist or quantitative approach, while your methods could include randomized control trials, surveys, and statistical analysis. You see? So these are the common examples or examples of the difference between methodology and methods. And Why does it matter? Why do we need to make that distinction between methods and methodology, you would ask? So I believe that this clear distinction, making a clarity between two, can make or break your research, because a well-defined methodology ensures that your study is grounded in a strong philosophical foundation, and it adds credibility and coherence to your research. So when do you use the term methodology or methods? As you might have seen in some academic texts, in your research proposal, in your dissertation, or in your thesis, you need to explain the two concepts, the two terms, and that's you need to explain what is your methodology and how your methodology informs the method you've decided to use. But when you're preparing an article for a journal or a book chapter, people are less interested in your methodology. They are rather interested in your methods, because that's the practical element of your research, and explain how your research has evolved. So to wrap up, what I'm trying to say in essence is that if the methodology is a thinking tool, then the methods are the doing tools, the tools you use in carrying out your research. And thank you. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel Academic Village, and click the notification icon to get notified about our next video. And let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or if you have suggestions.